STR Thick Boy Cooler, aka the once daddy of Dokkan, has been brought to the front lines of EZA speculation as soon as the Cooler's Revenge movie was confirmed to be the theme of the upcoming worldwide celebration. So much so that I decided to dedicate this entire video to showing you what I need from this man after he EZAs to consider him an instant nut. But I need you to let me know if my concept I share with you today is a little bit too OP, is a little bit too short, a little bit too weak maybe. Do you consider an instant nut, or do you even think he's going to get an EZA in the first place? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But again, I'm going to show you my concept I quickly built for this guy, and I think he's actually really good. Maybe not too OP, but keep in mind that we are getting a new cooler. I expect that cooler to be way stronger than this guy could ever be after his EZA. Now, I do not have a subscriber challenge in today's video. You can subscribe if you want, because we are on the road to 50k, but instead I have a different challenge for you. Now, I want to continue trying to train your RNG for the upcoming Goku and Cooler banners. So I need you to pick a side of the coin right now in your head. If it lands on the one that you picked, you're good. You can do nothing. You're fine today, all right? But if it doesn't, I need you to drop down and give me 3 push-ups, okay? Subscribing to my channel is important to me, but also your health is important to me. So today, feel free to not subscribe, but I'm gonna need you to hit me with some 3 push-ups if you fail this coin flip. All right, let's go ahead and flip it. Make sure you have one side of the coin in your head, and do not lie to me, okay? I'm gonna need you to really get down and get... There we go. It landed on head. So if you pick tails, I need you to drop down and give me 3. You can go ahead and subscribe tomorrow if you want. You can subscribe. Listen, you can subscribe whenever you freaking want, but for today specifically, I need you to drop down and give me 3 if you fail. But if you passed, you can skip today's subscriber challenge. I guess push-up challenge, but know that I will catch you lacking in a future one. Stay tuned for that. Let's hop straight into this video. So I'm going to read off what Cooler does really quickly, and then I'm going to go ahead and compare to my concept right here. So Cooler gives 130 to HP to both of these categories, and then 170 to both attack and defense for both of these categories, right? No real, craziness coming from his super attack ability. He just lowers attack and defense. And then from his passive, all he gets is 100% to attack and defense, and then he supports transformation boost when facing 1 enemy, and then terrifying conquers when facing 2 or more enemies. Again, this guy at the time was built really nicely, but if they're going to give this man an EZA in 2022 with Red Zone and the new Cell Max event, you really have to put respect on this guy. So this is what I gave him right before he actually transforms. So let me know what you think. So obviously his new leader skill, it would be 3 key and 170 to both stats. I gave him raised attack and defense for 3 turns and greatly lowers attack and defense, so definitely increasing the power defensively and offensively from his super attack. And then for his passive skill, I increased his attack and defense by only 20%. Nothing too crazy, but keep in mind that it also factors into his stat increases, so he is going to be looking a lot better. I'm telling you right now, a lot better in his first form here, even with the only 20% attack and defense. Because remember, you are getting at least 1 turn of a permanent buff here, because it's 3 turns attack. You're raising attack and defense for 3 turns. So if you super attack every single turn, you're having at least 1 of those stacks remain active every single turn, right? So this guy, again, he's not weak at all. And then he guards all attacks for 3 turns from first appearance. So this is only here designed to help you try and get transformed as quick as possible. Because I know that this cooler can easily get clapped up in difficult content today. So this, again, is just here to try and help you defensively before Big Boy Cooler comes out. Now, this is where I think he becomes a little bit too OP, at least in his base form. So instead of having him just support transformation boost or terrifying conquers, I said, why not make him work better with the new upcoming cooler and give extreme class allies 3 key and 40% to attack and defense when facing only 1 enemy, or extreme class allies 2 key and 50% to attack and defense when facing 2 or more enemies. So obviously this isn't the real change here isn't necessarily the buffs. It's more so the fact that it's all extreme class instead of just these specific categories, which makes it a lot stronger. Now, the only difference here is I literally just added 1 key and 10% attack and defense here. And then I just added, actually, I didn't even change the second part at all. It's just literally, what it's buffing. So you lose 1 key when facing more than 1 enemy. but you do get an extra 10% attack and defense for the buff. So imagine this guy being right next to the new full power LR cooler, and you're in SBR or something, and this guy is literally giving him 2 key and 50% to attack and defense on top of Thirst for Conquest and big bad bosses. Dude, I'm telling you, right, this is a very, very strong, very, very, very strong first form, or I guess you could say final form, because this is full power. I don't know what you would call this form of cooler. It's just, I know it's called cooler, but technically this is like the final form of cooler since it looks similar to Frieza. You get my point. Regardless, this guy is very, very, very strong. Let me know what you think about this, man. Let's move on to his transformed state. So before EZA, or before my, fake EZA, if you will, he just stacked attack here, greatly lower defense, 3 key 180% to attack and defense, medium chance to perform an additional super attack, and then guaranteed crit, right? Now, the one issue with this STR cooler is simply his defense was not up to par. He would put out some nice damage, but unfortunately, he wasn't really defending the way he could be. So I EZA'd him, or I gave him some ability. Oh, I think I made him good defensively, not OP defensively, because I think the new cooler will fit that slot. But I think I've made this cooler like someone you can easily run in these difficult content event. He won't be like the most OP character, but I think he'll be really, really good. So this is what I gave him for his EZA, right? So his new attack effect or super attack effect is he still stacks attack. Now he raises defense for 1 turn, which is very, very important. We'll get to that in a second. And then massively lowers attack and defense. So very, very, very potent when you're facing SBR or maybe like an ESBR enemy, right? He still has 3 key and 180% to attack and defense, but keep in mind that this 180% is not the same as before EZA. This guy's stats are completely different, and with the new stats and stuff, this 180% is actually a lot stronger, and he is still stacking attack. So it's like, this guy is going to look a lot stronger, but let's continue moving on here. He gets attack plus 20%, up to 60% when performing a super attack within the same turn. Do not overlook this. I don't think a single unit in Dokkan actually does this. There's some units in Dokkan that get attack and defense when performing a super attack, but I don't think there's a single unit in Dokkan that stacks that effect for the same turn. So for example, let's just say you had a cooler who gave you 20% attack when performing a super attack, right? But what this cooler does is, since he can perform an additional super attack from his passive and even another one, right, from his hidden potential system, what happens is if this guy performs a super attack, he gets 20% attack, right? But if his chance to additional activates, then he gets another 20% attack on top of that. So we'll basically have 2 different 20% procs. Actually, no, it'd be, basically 40% instead of just 20% when performing a super attack. If you get 3 super attacks, it turns into 60% attack that you're getting for the turn on top of whatever stats you already have when performing a super attack. So the attack he gets when performing a super attack basically is stacking within the same turn, which is very, very strong because we all know that when you get stats on super attack, it multiplies into the passive a lot differently than just getting 20% flat attack, right? That way, it's going to look a lot, he is a lot stronger than what he seems here, if that makes sense. Let me know what you think about that. But the reason why I made it up to 60% is because, again, he has a chance to perform additional super attack from his passive, and then if you give him additionals, he can perform basically up to 3 super attacks per turn, so it makes sense to cap this out at 60%, where he could, again, get 20% 3 times, basically. Then he reduces damage received by 10%, up to 30% per Wicked Bloodline category ally on the team. Now, the reason why I did this is because, remember, the whole... I forgot the actual name of the movie in Japanese, but it translates to Cooler's Revenge. He was there basically to avenge his brother Frieza, right? Who is, of course, another Wicked Bloodline ally. So I said, why not give him some type of buff when you're running him on with other Wicked Bloodline units, which also would make a lot of sense because, remember, Wicked Bloodline not only is getting a new STR cooler, but this man still exists. This man is super, super powerful still. This guy is coming out to Global Dokkan fairly soon. He's also very, very powerful. So when you start giving this guy STR cooler with the new LR cooler coming, with this guy on the team, and this guy on the team, and even this physical cooler on the team, things are going to get very, very disgusting. It's not like you can't run a full Wicked Bloodline team, because a Wicked Bloodline team right now is very, very OP, very disgusting. So it's easy to get this done, and if you are able to, you know, make a full Wicked Bloodline team, you're giving this cooler 30% damage reduction on top of 180% defense, with of course increased stats, raising defense for 1 turn every single super attack, which you can get up to 3 times. So even though he's not increasing, you know, defense from this effect, he's still getting defense from this effect, and his attacks, dude, he's gonna be doing so much damage. I changed, by the way, his medium chance to perform additional super attack, where is it, medium chance, to a high chance as well. So the chance of you seeing multiple super attacks per turn is definitely increased, which means the chance of you increasing your attack is increased, and the chance of you increasing your defense per attack is also increased. And the last thing I changed about this guy is performs a critical hit and all allies 3 key when there is a super class enemy. So before he did not support, but this time he supports. Again, there's no attack and defense off that support, but it's just the key. He's giving all allies 3 key when you're facing a super class enemy, which of course is very, very strong. And it's a buffed version of this, because just before it was pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans, right? But now super class enemy could literally be anyone that isn't pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans, which isn't really, you know, that much more of the game if we're going to be completely honest. But there's definitely characters that you can see this against that won't necessarily be considered hybrid Saiyans or pure Saiyans, which again could definitely help you in things like SBR, ESBR, when you're getting your cheeks clapped by like Tien or Chaozu or whatever the case may be. So yeah, let me know what you think about this EZA concept. Could I have been a little bit more generous? Do you think it's a little bit too OP? I think the fact of him stacking attack the way he does within the same turn. So basically, remember, this resets. When the next turn comes about, he will have all the attack that he basically stacked from his super attack, but he can then get all of this again. This guy will do insane amounts of damage. Do not underrate this Chad right here. He is definitely more of a wall than before. And then the 30% damage reduction, I think, is a little bit too OP. Honestly, I could have also maybe gave him, or maybe allowed him to stack defense as well. But I think at that point, he would have been just a little bit too disgusting. Remember, I'm trying to purposely not make him a little bit too OP, because this new LR cooler will be a thing, and he's definitely going to be extremely, extremely OP. And I do not want STR Cooler's EZA to be better than LR. I feel like LR Cooler should be better than this guy, even with his EZA. So I think I made him very, very strong, both offensively and defensively, especially in this state right here. And keep in mind, it is an active skill, so you can literally support for as long as you want with this 3 key 40%. It's just, you have to understand that your guard is going to run out eventually, which is not going to be a nice look once you enter the later phases of difficult content. But even then, like, let's say you're facing one enemy, this is also being applied to Cooler. So Cooler technically has 3 key and 160% to attack and defense, right? He's guarding, raising attack and defense for 3. Like, this guy, again, he's no pushover at all. And of course, increased stats. I think he's going to be more than good in base form. It's just when you get into Cooler, or I guess final form Cooler, that's when things get a little bit too crazy. So yeah, let me know what you think. I know I didn't make him too OP. I could have just like allowed him to guard, whatever. But I think that would have been a little bit too much. I think the new Cooler will guard. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Take care and peace.